in, order of the seats, and each player will, raise their hand so you'll know who I'm speaking of, but you can see their name tents in front of them. The first player is Samuel James Sam Cassell. He is with the National Basketball Association.
All right.
Is a former professional.
All right.
A former professional basketball player and current assistant coach for the Washington Wizards.
All right. All right. All right. All right.
I'm sorry.
Washington football rivalry. Somebody tried to get Ray Lewis up here, so it would have really been
it'd have been something.
And he was selected out of Florida State University by the Houston Rockets with the 24th overall pick in the 1993 NBA draft. He has won 2 NBA championships in his first 2 seasons in the league, and his 3rd with the Boston Celtics, my team, in 2008. He has also played for the Phoenix Suns, the Dallas Mavericks, New Jersey Nets, former New Jersey Nets, Milwaukee Bucks, the Minnesota Timberwolves, and the Los Angeles Clippers. He was named assistant coach of the Washington Wizards under Flip Sanders in May of 2009. Thank you so much for being with us. The next panelist is Lynette Woodard, who just came straight from the airport. Thank you so much, for being with us. Lynette Woodard is a former Women's National Basketball Association player.
All right.
She made history by being selected as the first woman member of the Harlem Globetrotters.
All right.
She is a graduate of the University of Kansas, where she was a 4-time All-American. After graduation, she was signed by an Italian professional basketball team, UFO Scio, where she was also a member of the United States women's basketball team that won the gold medal at the 1984 Los Angeles Olympics.
Yes, ma'am.
In 1997, she was signed by the Cleveland Rockers. The following year, she was selected in an expansion draft by the Detroit Shock. She retired from playing in 1999 and returned to the University of Kansas, serving as an assistant coach of the women's basketball team. She was named interim head coach in January 2004. She has been inducted into the Kansas Sports Hall of Fame, the Basketball Hall of Fame, the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame. She currently works as a financial consultant for A.G. Edwards & Sons Incorporated in her hometown of Wichita, Kansas. Thank you for being here. You see, when we were putting this panel together, I kept saying, we gotta have the NFL. And the NFL is such a force in our society. And we are so blessed to have with us today Mr. Andre Pierre Collins.
Yeah.
All right. Mr. Collins is a former NFL player and currently serves as director of the Retired Players for the National Football League. I saw recently during the Super Bowl, I was reading about the Retired Football Players Association doing some public service out in the communities, and I was so impressed with your focus and with your work. I know that having you on this panel will be just fantastic. You work to ensure that retirees make successful post-playing on the playing field football transitions. Andre was a standout inside linebacker at Penn State University and was named a 1989 All-American and a Butkus Award finalist. He earned a Bachelor of Science degree in Health Policy and Administration from Penn State in 1991. He was drafted by the Washington Redskins in 1990. Oh, some burgundy and gold about to fly. And played for the Redskins for 5 years before moving on to play for the Cincinnati Bengals, Chicago Bears, and Detroit Lions. And if I'm correct, didn't you get a championship ring? That's right. All right. So welcome. Thank you for being on this panel. Also, a man who I met recently, a man of incredible stature, accomplishments, and one of the amazing heart, is Gerald B. Jerry Harkness. He is also associated with the National Basketball Association. He's a former NBA player. He began his career as a star at DeWitt Clinton High School and Loyola University in Chicago. At Loyola, he served as captain on the team that upset the University of Cincinnati to win the NCAA Men's Division I Basketball Championship. He also is known for his famous handshake during the Game of Change in 1963 with Mississippi State University, when that university played its first interracial game. And this is a story that I'm going to let him tell you, and I'm going to move on, but let you know that he also played for the professional leagues. He played for the New York Knicks, 2 seasons with the Indiana Pacers, the Bad Boys. Through his professional career, although his professional career was relatively short, he left his mark in the record books on November 13, 1967, when he hit a 92-foot game buzzer winning shot.
Yeah.
It still is the record for the longest shot ever to win under those circumstances. Harkness became an Indianapolis sportscaster when his playing career ended in 1969. He has devoted much of his time to civil rights issues. He worked with the Southern Christian Leadership Conference in the early 1970s, and he currently serves as director of the Indianapolis chapter of 100 Black Men, a national organization dedicated to supporting and training young African American males. Thank you again for being with us, Mr. Harkins.
Thank you, Mr. Harkins.
Another person I met this year, but who we had been in our company around each other for longer than that, but we finally got introduced, and that is Janea Butler. She is an LIU Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
Is a Long Island University, Brooklyn psychology graduate, Hall of Fame athlete, founder of Social Services of Hip Hop, and founder of the Hip Hop Union. This quintessential authority of everything hip hop has been an instrumental force for the last 10 years. She began her career in hip hop as one of the 2 women to play on the male-dominated Hot 97 Hot Shots celebrity basketball team managed by radio personalities Ed Lover and Kurt Flirt. Based on her experiences, she published an article that many hip-hop entertainers had, was called Narcissistic Personality Disorder. Now, you know that was not a popular article. And she raised some serious issues which we want to hear more about today. Based on her theory was later defended, proved, and expanded by a New York Times Magazine article stating that entertainers in general suffer from that disorder. She was then inspired to focus her remaining collegiate studies around hip-hop's social and psychological issues, ultimately creating a niche market. As a social worker, she specialized in servicing the hip-hop personalities, which were mainly the resistant and deviant behaviors of the clients she served, and also HIV/AIDS housing. She's done homeless services. She has spent her last few years coordinating the hip-hop events for Rainbow Push and the Reverend Jesse Jackson, with the goal to connect the generations that have been lost in translation to the relevance, guidance, and wealth of expertise that can be gained from this historic organization. Thank you so much. Last but in no way